The Soldiers table has to pick between terrible choices on Critical Role. High Rollers brings their campaign setting to Kickstarter, and Daggerheart gets its first official expansion.
It's finally happening!
Before we talk about some insane intrigue in the latest Critical Role, why not take a second to hit those like and subscribe buttons to help us keep these videos coming? It's free, it's fast, and we really do appreciate it. And then, let's dive into the news. Critical Role Campaign 4 has reached all new levels of intrigue as the Soldiers table seems to be stumbling directly into a new rebellion and another layer of the increasingly vast conspiracy surrounding the Sundered Houses. But somehow, Wakander Halavar and Sam Riegel just keep getting away with it as his dice appear to be supernaturally blessed. Not only does he help with the group sneaking into the village now controlled by Casimir, the new Lord of Sloke and the man who has apparently snatched Teor's brother Sid, but he did so by rolling a natural 20 with disadvantage. And then when trying to infiltrate the ruined castle that was the so-called reward for Casimir, who was also humiliated by an agent of House Taconis who literally pulled down his pants and spanked him with a sword in front of all of his men after Casimir threw a fit about not being able to hang Sid, Sam and Tierney decided to split away from the rest of the group and wound up triggering a combat with multiple knights and men-at-arms under Casimir's employ. What looked like it was going to be a quick death for Wakander and Tierney after the hilariously named Plan Mullet split them from the party and saw them attacked by this vastly superior force was once again thwarted by a natural 19 from Wakander to end the combat before it truly kicked off. Wakander keeps blundering into these horrifying situations, but so far, he's not had to face any real consequences as Sam Riegel keeps dropping 20s and 19s all the time and appears to have been blessed by the dice gods, at least for now. But it does really look like one day in the not-so-distant future, that luck could give out and leave Wakander 6 feet under pretty quickly, or at least in a pretty terrifying situation. So now the party has discovered that Sid, who may have been at the tavern they stopped by on their way to the castle the whole time, although Brennan's playing that pretty coy, is apparently in Taconis' hands, and that houses Halavar and Taconis appear to be fomenting some kind of rebellion in Timony, the neighboring country where they installed Casimir as the puppet baron of Sloke. We'll see how long Wakander's insane luck truly lasts as a nearly insane and humiliated Casimir confides in Wick after yet another insanely lucky dice roll went in Sam's favor to end the episode. But that said, the big decision that Brennan presented to the soldiers seemed to be either taking on Casimir or going after Sid, who is now in the clutches of the Taconis family. And with this choice to infiltrate the castle, have the soldiers kind of inadvertently resign Sid to the terrible fate that the Taconis family almost inflicted on Teor back in episode 3, cutting up his shadow and turning him into some kind of demon vessel, as Sid is apparently, quote, no longer a concern. We'll have to wait 2 weeks to see just what exactly the consequences are from Sam's insanely lucky dice rolls and the cast decision to deal with Casimir instead of potentially saving Sid.
I got so many options, it's ridiculous.
In other big actual play news, the High Roller crew is bringing their latest campaign, Altheya, the Dragon Empire, to Kickstarter as a fully fleshed out D&D 5e setting. This hit actual play, which has been cranking out adventures for almost as long as Critical Role and features Critical Role frequent guest star and collaborator Mark Coombs as their DM, is bringing their third campaign to Kickstarter as a brand new campaign setting, which is interestingly marketed as a 5th edition setting and not a 2024 setting, but that might just be, the marketing graphics. Altheya features a world surrounded by warring planes of existence, and the adventure has focused largely on Ilmera, a continent where dragons rule over the other races like feudal lords, taking tithes and military service in exchange for their protection and guidance. Humes and the High Roller crew have added a ton of lore to the campaign setting in the 3 years that this campaign has been running, and soon you will have a chance to explore it for yourself when this Kickstarter for the Altheya campaign setting goes live in the very near future. So if you are interested in planar warfare, high fantasy, and exploring draconic empires, make sure you join the over 3,300 fans waiting for the Kickstarter to launch early in 2026.
But I want it now!
And finally, Darrington Press and Critical Role are releasing their first official expansion for the Daggerheart TTRPG. The new source book, which is called Daggerheart Hope and Fear, will add 4 new classes to the hugely popular TTRPG, which will include the Juggernaut Brawler, the Moon Witch, and the Pact of the Endless Warlock, as well as an entirely new domain, the Domain of Dread, and new ancestries, new communities, new domain cards, tons of new adversaries, and even new campaign frames and equipment to explore. The new book will set you back $40 if you pre-order now over on the Daggerheart website and includes the hardcover rulebook and all the new domain cards, or you can get the deluxe edition, which includes some amazing dice sets, cool Rhombic Fear tokens, a DM screen, and more for $120. The book officially releases in summer of 2026, and if you do pre-order from the Daggerheart site, you will get the current version of those new rules in PDF form, and a fully updated final version of the final rules 2 weeks before release as well. And you can check out more info on those new classes and read up on the new campaign frames and all the other goodies in the new release over on the Daggerheart website right now. And that's all we have this week for Fantasy News Friday. Let us know what your favorite story was down in the comment section, and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons.